Hey everybody, there we go. Welcome to Sunday Night Dead. I am quite happy today because it's funny, I was reviewing my prediction show from last week and I didn't think I was that mean to Texas, but there were some people very much defending the state of Texas, which I really have nothing against. But I'm really happy to say that how about them Cowboys? They just got their butts kicked by the Packers. And will now go close to 30 years without being in the Super Bowl. So that makes me very happy. I didn't predict it, but still makes me happy. Just giving some time for folks to load in. Give me a hello and let me know where you're from. The folks that are with us tonight. We have a cool show tonight. So what happened is, as you guys know, this house is active. I don't know how much of it is the house or me, but it is a pretty active place. And I had the opportunity this weekend because almost my entire family, with the exception of one person who I hear moving around in the background, was away this weekend. They had to travel for a baby shower. So since I had the place pretty much empty and my son who's here with me was working so that the house was really empty, I did a bunch of experiments with the Phasma box. And so what I did was I set the Phasma box up in different locations in the house and ran them for close to about the same amount of time, with the idea being, if this is well, let me get into this. The Phasma box, if folks don't know, it's kind of like your Spirit box with a radio, which if you're not familiar with that either, Spirit box, just imagine like a radio dial going up and down really fast. And words come through. It's almost like those old spy movies. If you see like a letter that's written by like cutting out like different letters from like different like articles and things. It's kind of like that. You get sentences that come through that are not the different radio stations coming through. This is a similar concept, but this is a computer program. And I don't know why it should work, but I get results I can't explain. I get real weird interactive results. We've done a lot of live programs here. Running it just to kind of see what comes through. So this one's a little different in that I recorded these and it's not interactive. I'm not present. I'm not asking questions. But the idea is that, and the program's not hooked up to the internet, so it is just its own thing. So if you think about it, and I didn't go through all the videos yet, so we'll kind of do this journey together. If you think about it, if the program's just a program and there's no interaction, then we should get similar results no matter where I place that program. It should just run and say crazy random things interactive. If for whatever reason entities are using it to communicate, we should get different results as we put it in different places. So that is the hypothesis here. We're going to have it in different spots. I ran a lot. We're not going to do them all tonight. This is the first in a series, because what I found is roughly when I do audio reviews, it's usually whatever the video length is. Usually it takes double the time to go over it. And so I have 2 30-minute clips here. So that will take us between 90 minutes to 2 hours. And so the first one, I did listen a little bit. I will tell you, and I was just kind of listening to it in the background. The second clip has some pretty weird things come through in the very beginning. So I ran this at different spots, and I will tell you a little bit of the background of some of the things that I've seen in these spots and why I chose them. So the very first one, the one that we're going to play right away here, is actually, and I can see some of my friends that don't do this being like, why on earth would you do this? I positioned it right next to my bed where I sleep because I've shared before, a lot of people know this. I have really weird experiences. Like I'll wake up, some people might think it's a dream thing. I don't know, but I wake up and see things in my room. have all kinds of strange things go on. When I used to do the blog talk show, I used to set up and do the show. Basically, I had a setup right next to my bed that I would do the show at, and I used to have weird things happen while I was doing the show. So it is one of the active places. So this is my first spot. The second one that we'll get into is I have some creepier stories on, but I'm going to pull this up now. So again, we're just going to start kind of reviewing this. It's already going, isn't it? I don't want to go yet. And hopefully you guys can hear. I'm going to turn up the volume. Again, a little bit, any feedback. I see there's a lot of people on tonight, but nobody has put anything in chat. So let me know if you can hear things, and we'll go from here. So this is about 30 minutes. We'll just go through. I'll stop and replay if we hear anything interesting. Here we go. And I'm going to add again, well, I did this. If it's not if this is just a program that does random things, we should just get random stuff. There's a chance, and I already know because I listened to some of these at least a little bit, that things do come through. But, if it required interaction, then since I'm not interacting with it, there could be nothing. So. And obviously, I'm going around the house doing my own thing, so I was also interested to see if I got anything that would reflect on my activity in the house. That's an interesting one. I don't think I'm going to be able to make out what it says, but that's interesting. Listen to that woman's voice. It's coming up. That one. I must be talking to my dogs. I can hear my voice in the background there. I don't have any spirit stuff going on behind me. If you just saw that smoke thing, I have an incense thing burning, so nothing weird there. I'm going to pause too, because the other piece on this is we've always thought when I've done investigations too that some of it doesn't seem like it's necessarily interaction with us, even though we do get interactive things, but it seems like we're almost like eavesdropping in on a conversation. And so I'm kind of curious what pieces come through on that. And again, if it's just random things that go from the program, this should all be very, very similar no matter where I play this. So that's the other piece that we want to see. A lot coming through. I just can't make most of it out as to what they're saying. Also, let me know if you think you're hearing something. Let me know what you're hearing. Now I have a dog or a cat coughing in the background if you hear that. So apologize. I have no idea what that being was. Hey, Steph, happy to have you on. So I'll just share again. We actually have a lot of people on tonight, so this is good. So give me a hello if you're here. Again, what I'm doing is, and it's going to take a while to go through because I ran a number of these this weekend. I was alone in the house, which is rare this weekend. So I set up the Phasma box in a bunch of different spots around the house and ran it and recorded it. And so basically the idea is if this is just a random piece of equipment that is just playing pre-recorded things, then we should get everything pretty much the same no matter what we do. And this wasn't attached to the internet, so like there should be no location piece to it. So if we see differences where I move this around, and I had it in some active places, I had it in some pretty mundane places, we'll see what happens. So again, this first one is I set it up right next to my bed where I have I've always had not necessarily scary stories, but I've had issues there before. So hi, everybody. Happy to see everybody checking in here. We're going to keep going with this one. We're probably going to get 2 done tonight. The 2 that I've done is this is the one next to my bed. I'll just say ahead of time. The other one, which is a kind of a creepy story. My girls at one point, all 3 of them stayed here. Their room it's like a lower level and steps up to a loft. And then up on that loft is a bathroom and it goes into the attic, which there seems to be a lot of activity in our attic as well. Well, when we first were looking at this house, oh my God, I forgot my huge story. I didn't load it up, so I can't do this. I have another story for y'all. When we were just looking at the house, I always felt like when I was going down from that loft, I felt like there was like somebody right behind me going like, shoo, shoo, get away, get away, get away. My daughter has it's a cool story, though. I don't know how I would felt if I was her. My one daughter was doing homework on the lower level. She was the only one in the room, and she heard walking around like pacing up in the loft, and it got her attention. But then all of a sudden, again, only one in the room, all of a sudden she heard footsteps running down the stairs to the lower level where she was at, and she booked out of there really quick. And we did some investigations. That's another one in my files here. If things will go back, I set this up and did a session in that area right after that. But the second one tonight is I set up on that loft to see if we got anything. So those are the 2. I'm going to go back to this, but I do want to, yes, Steph, the Harry Potter door is one of them. That's a little later, but I did do the Harry Potter door. Because really there's, if any folks know, I've had sensitive people tell me more. There's like portal things here. And I will say the activity here seems to be transient. It's not like the same things. And, the activity seems to come and go, and it might, grand scheme of things in a year, it might be like 3 days where things happen. So it's really kind of spread out, but it's cool stuff happens when it does. the two areas that seem to have kind of almost that portal activity is we call it the Harry Potter door. It's this little storage area under our basement steps, and then in the attic. And it's interesting that the way this house is set up, the attic actually like connects to, I guess it would be like this for anybody, but it's weird how our house is set up. The attic actually like connects to a bunch of different rooms, and it's interesting that all the rooms that kind of share like a wall or share space with the attic are also very, very active. So those are the spots. The other quick story I wanted to share, and I should have pulled it up. I'll have to do it next week. I think I told you guys a story. Other thing when I first started, when we first moved in here, that was like one of the first or second weeks because we moved in close to Christmas. And so I was on break and I had a script I had to get refilled. So, that CVS automatic. And I'm doing the automatic refill. I'm like in bed. It's like 1 a.m. And all of a sudden this horrible, I'd say not human, not animal, like just screaming, but it was like vocalization, but you can't make it out. It's just kind of like coming through. And I've always tried to describe it. Well, I listen to a lot of different shows during the week while I'm working. And there's one, it's astonishing something. I have to look it up again. I want to give them credit. They did a investigation on the Sallie house, and they had this audio that they kept saying, you can't unhear this. Beware. This is like really disturbing. And they've done a lot of deep dive on it. It's very, very interesting. Definitely worth checking out. I'll share it next week. I just got to remember to do it. I totally got away from me tonight. Anyway, I hear that, and it is I'm not going to say it's the same voice, but it is exactly what I heard when I was doing my CVS call. And so it's just weird that somebody else now has recording this thing that I heard once. And it is really disturbing. Like I said, it's this like inhuman, like screaming type sound. So I was going to actually share their, I want to give them credit and everything, but I was actually going to share that audio. And maybe I'll play around while I'm doing this. I'll see if I can pull it up to share it. But yeah, that's just an interesting thing. So Steph asked if I've ever had history of land. I haven't gotten a lot on this land. Most of this was forest. I'm sure there was things that happen here. It's weird. I just happen to live in, and it kind of bums me because I'm not a, like lots of people person. I feel like North Carolina is where Florida was 20 years ago and California was 40 years ago. And that, it's growing very rapidly. And so the town I live in just, 20, 25 years ago was a little tiny town and mostly all farm, or not even farm, it's woods. It wasn't a lot of farmland here. It was actually a lot of forest. And so, a lot of these spaces are just, cleared forest. So was there something here, 100 years ago that nobody knows that, now this was woods, or, you think back to like the Native Americans, was there something at this point? I don't know. The one thing I will say is there is running water very close. Probably about, I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, it's that direction. Maybe about 20 yards out past this wall. We have a creek that runs. So we have running water nearby, but anyway, I digress. I'm going to go back to this. We will all listen for things, chat, or put it in the chat if you hear something. I'm going to try to find that audio while we're talking though, so I can potentially play it. I found it. So in between these two audio clips, I will go ahead and play that, and I'll give the. It's Astonishing Legends is the channel. I want to make sure I give them credit. I'm not like trying to steal them. It's just really cool that they've experienced the same thing I have. I didn't think this picked up. That's me yelling at one of the dogs. Seeing a lot of hellos in the chat. I don't want to miss anybody, so hello to you all. I'm happy you guys have joined me tonight. AJ, Steph, Christy, Samantha, Mary Beth. Happy to have you all on. No. Talked over this. That was a weird one. I'm going to try to get that again. I can't make that out, but that is, some of these are weird. That's a weird one. I'm gonna have to later try to get the audio file for this and mess around with like slowing it down to see if I can make out what some of these things are. But I like to just present it as is for now, and then we'll go back and. All right, that one. I don't know what it said past that, but that sounds like the male voice said "do not" something. Do not something. I can't make the rest of it up.
Yes, sir. Not search. No, not.
I'll also share that. So doing my experiments, I actually left it on downstairs in the middle of our kitchen last night. I wasn't recording or anything, and then I woke up at 4 o'clock because they were having a very lively conversation downstairs, loud enough that it woke me up. Also, I'm also curious if any sensitive folks pick up anything on this wherever we do. I'm always curious as to what other people might pick up. Okay, that to me sounded like the woman said something about in here. Sorry about the dogs. Give me a second. I'm just going to turn off my space heater here. It's actually getting pretty hot. That sounded like a help. I will say the next clip, and again, I'm looking for differences. If this is just a random thing, then we should get pretty much the same stuff no matter what. I hope I'm wrong because it's one of my kids' rooms, but I got what I heard as some pretty disturbing words in the very beginning of the next clip. But we're going to play this one out first. And this was next to my bed.
You know that's sticking. What are you talking about? Along with that, introvert.
All right. Was that a hello again or hello in there? And then I think I heard possibly Angie. So just go back and listen.
What are you talking about? Along with that,
Hello again.
introvert.
So hello again, and I swear that's a name.
What are you talking about? Along with that,
Hello again.
introvert.
And again, I'm not interacting with this. I just let this run and was going around the house doing my thing. Which is a little different. Usually when we do this, I'm asking questions. So again, I wanted to see what would happen. It's a weird noise.
Have been completed. Survivor.
So it seems to have really quieted down. Now those noises I actually think are on the computer that this was running on. But again, I want to reemphasize this. It was not connected to the internet. So there's no...
Like a balance. Sounding true.
That sounded potentially like an F-bomb there.
Oh.
But should
So it's, I can see the.
There's a lot there, but I can't make it out. I also find it interesting that it's different voices. Again, could be the program, but I also feel like if these were pre-recorded voices in the program, they'd be easier to understand.
I see.
Where?
almost sounded like my name. Okay. I am not exaggerating things here. And I don't know what I did, but I was usually calling out when I was nearby. I don't think I was upstairs at all. I find this interesting. Just listen in the background. It sounds like there's like footsteps nearby. It could be me. I'm not saying it's anything. I just find it interesting.
Like that.
I see.
Where?
It's right there. I'm still going to assume it was me, but I was usually doing a pretty good job of calling myself out, like if I was near the water. Yeah, Steph, those two thuds. You know, just to be clear, because I want to be honest on this. I'm not going to be all crazy and be like, we captured footsteps and all those things. It more likely was me, though I was mostly on a different floor for all this, and I did try to call out when I was coming up to like take out the recorder and things. I don't think I did it every time, but so to me, it's just a little odd that it's only those two steps. If I was moving around upstairs near the recorder, I would think there'd be more noise, and that I would have called it out. Again, still not saying it. I just find it interesting.
How about Cat?
Ooh, 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 ooh. See if you can hear. There is a weird, really low voice in the background. Listen very carefully. It's soft and it's low. That's an interesting one. I rewound it.
Anytime.
There. Sound like he knows. Still might be me, but I'm still hearing kind of like footsteps in the background too. Sorry, it's my dogs.
And nobody's ever.
Steph saying she heard a hi and a hello in a female voice. Okay, cool. I would try to rewind to find, but I didn't hear it, so I might have trouble finding it. Unless you can tell me about how far back to go.
You know, even in.
Interesting too. I'm not picking up things that sound like necessarily conversation, like interactive things back and forth. Which we've gotten before too. These just seem like random statements, which could just be the device. Really quiet section here.
Sisters.
There,
Mention you.
That was weird.
It is now.
Again, I'm gonna add two. I have animals. I don't think any animal was up here in here, but again, I'm hearing a weird. There's almost like a clicking. That sounds like something's moving around in the room. Sounds like get off me.
Sisters.
there,
Mention you. It is now.
Right there. I'm hearing like background noise. It's almost going to have me leave a recorder out when I know no one's home, but I'm maybe a little nervous about what I'm going to hear. Yeah, I'm hearing.
I like it.
Sound like I like.
What they call them.
That was a weird voice. So you go ahead and play that again.
like it.
What they call them.
Sounds like I like, and then what do they call him?
I like it.
What they call them.
Yep, Stephanie nailed it. What they call him? That's kind of a weird voice.
Kind of human level.
Yeah, it was really clear stuff. Now, obviously, this is different. You know, when we do these and do some of the live experiments where we're asking questions and looking for interaction, we get interactive things. So this is almost like a little bit of a control experiment where we just run it, not trying to interact with it to see if what comes through is any different. Steph heard a guy say, I told you. I'm going to go back a little bit. I missed it. I might have been blabbing, though. Again, I'm hearing more and moving around in my room.
Really? Audio. Yeah, some of them.
Beth, did you hear behind me, or are you telling me to look behind me?
Oh.
I hope nothing's behind me. Again, notice how it'll be really active, and then I'll get really quiet.
Kind of. Still very.
So, folks, now we got about 5 more minutes of this one. Again, I'm going to have to do more experiments, and not saying it is anything, but to be honest, I didn't have it this loud when I just did a quick review of these. I'm getting a little freaked out. Not freaked out, but I find it a little interesting. I am hearing noises on this recording of things that I know, like kind of what that would be in the room, and knowing there's nobody there, it's kind of weird. Like I just heard a little like pinging sound as well. So very weird. Yeah, Beth, give me some more info if you can. best way to describe it, Steph, it sounded almost like if you like went to a light bulb and hit it. But the light that would have done that wasn't on. So I don't know. It's like a light bulb, you know, like a bug hitting it or something. So it's just it's a weird noise, but I've heard it before. All right, Steph heard "Hey, your ass," and I've been too busy blabbing. I didn't hear. I wasn't paying attention, so I'm going to go back just a little bit.
So
Steph heard "Bet your ass." Interesting. Not there. Okay. I go back again. Now I know where it's at. Probably about 10 seconds. That's not like "Bet your ass." I just don't know what that's in reference to. That's funny. Everything. All right. Curious what you think about what that was. That is interesting. I'm only making out part of it, but that is what I think it's saying is interesting. Okay, hang on here. It's always hard to dial in on this. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to go back again. I'm going to go back a little farther because there's a low male voice saying something interesting. I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time. That is interesting. And like I said, I'm going to go back a little bit farther because there's that low male voice that I missed this time. There we go.
Study and figure.
Down there.
Down there. Ooh. So something about sitting here, and then another voice saying down there. That was the low voice I was talking about. There.
Study and figure.
Down there.
Yeah, I definitely hear that down there.
Say something.
Now, I'm going to pause for a second. What I'll be really curious about, we're getting down to like the last 2 or 3 minutes. So at some point here, I'm going to start, and you'll hear me. I'm going to start heading up to, shut this down and move it somewhere else. So I am going to be very curious if we get any difference in what's coming through as I start approaching the room and approaching the device.
Fine. Happen.
Oh, that would be weird, Christy. If I heard that right, this is cool. I was just going to even comment. Notice how, I'm going to dial it back a little bit. Notice how quiet it was. And then I swear a woman's voice says, "You're quiet."
Happen.
Steph, just to be clear, you're saying you're hearing breathing on the recording? That would be kind of disturbing. You're quiet. That sounded like an old woman saying you're quiet. Try to dial. Oh, guys. AJ's hearing breathing too. That kind of bugs me. I don't know why breathing would bother me more than words. You're quiet. No, I don't hear it, Steph. How far back do I have to go? I'm going to go back a little bit, guys. I'm going to try to get this. People are saying they're hearing breathing. That's kind of bothering me.
Steady and secure.
Stand clear.
Oh, I went back real far. He's down there.
Face Duncan.
Fine.
That's all weird stuff. I believe you, but it's weird just to think because I know I'm coming up there to shut it down soon.
Happen.
Let me know where you hear that breath, though. I'm not hearing breathing, but I'm hearing footsteps, which I'm hoping is me working my way up to the room. You're quiet. That was a weird one. Only got about 2 minutes of this left. This one. I'm here. I don't know why that bugs me, but I'm here. I'm here or come here. Ugh. Did you just hear the exhale again, Steph? I'll dial it back a little bit. Okay. Steph says it was farther back. So I should be coming into the room like any second now.
Is your
Leave.
Being submitted
as I breathe within.
It's a lot. Here I come. So just again, put in perspective, you're hearing me come into the room with what I was hearing earlier. All right, I'm going to go back. Steph said there was a creepy deep voice. I may have missed it because I was listening. I was focusing on hearing my footsteps going up the steps. I hear him. Ooh! I'm coming up, and I swear that's I hear him. I hear him. That's weird. And I'll be honest, it might be my imagination. I know I'm coming up, but I swear I'm hearing things that to me would be the recorder picking up things in the room, even though nobody's in the room yet. I'm having a hard time making any of that out. Leave. That's interesting.
being submitted
as I breathe within.
Breathe with me? A leave, and I think a breathe with me. Leave.
being submitted
As I breathe within.
Breathe or leave with me? Interesting. All right, I'm going to be coming in to interrupt us soon, but this is only halfway. We're going to do another video yet. There's me opening the door. I'm here. I'm in the bedroom. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to get that one down. And now I'm going to go to this other story before I'm going to talk about the loft where the next quote comes from. But I am going to go ahead and share this. I'm going to say ahead of time. I'm not sensitive to it, although this scared the living crap out of me when I experienced it. But this, they do give warnings on this audio I'm going to play. It is one of those things you can't unhear. So some people may be more sensitive to it than others, but I'm going to go ahead and share the story again. When we first moved into this house, so the next clip, the next place where I moved the audio is in my daughter's room. There's a loft section. And for a while, they were all in this room. It's a pretty nice sized room. And I used to feel like when I was coming down the steps, when we were first looking at the house, like somebody was behind me, like shooing me out of the room. My daughter, a couple of years ago, was downstairs doing homework, and she heard walking around in the loft. And caught her attention, but then it freaked her out, and she left and went and got me when it went from walking around on the loft to footsteps running down the stairs towards her with nobody there. She was the only one in the room. So this is the other section where I've set up. I don't investigate there a lot. I don't do things around where, my kids are. I didn't do anything to have a dialogue or talk in this area. I just ran it because it is an active area and I wanted to see what we get. And we can compare it to what I just played. That's the whole point of this. I did about a half dozen of these recordings. We're not going to do them all tonight, obviously. But the idea is if this is just merely a device that just randomly spits out things, we should get kind of the same stuff everywhere we go. And if we get differences as I move it around, that is just interesting. But also when I first moved in, I was, and some of you that were on the show earlier know this already, this story, but I want to play this audio clip. I was refilling a prescription. It was like 1 a.m. It was during my holiday break. So I was up late. I'm just in bed doing, and in the middle of doing that automated like CVS script thing, this horrible, inhuman, I've tried to describe it before, just screaming, nasty voice just was on the other line. Like, you're doing that little automated, enter your script number, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden this thing hopped on. I've tried to describe it before. What it turns out is I'm just kind of, I do a lot of other YouTube, like podcast things. And I was reviewing a story from It's Astonishing Legends. And I want to give credit here. I'm not trying to steal anything. Why I want to share this is because their audio clip is almost identical to what I heard on the phone. That time they were doing a Sally House investigation, and they recorded a really weird EVP. They've actually done, I think they have like 4 shows that are like 2 to 3 hours long. The investigation, having forensics audio people break this thing down, doing all kinds of things with it. So it's worth checking out. They're Astonishing Legends. This one is the File 10 EVP. I'm going to play it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I almost hate playing it in this house just because I do think it's something dark. But and I'm going to go get a refill on my soda as I play this. But what they hear on this audio is like 99% similar to what broke in on the phone with me that day, like 12 years ago. So I'm going to play it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I will say it's creepy. It's like an inhuman screaming. Actually, vocalization is like it's trying to say something, but you can't make it out. Again, I am not sharing this to steal or take their things. I'm sharing it because, 1, I think it's really cool. But 2, I'm really like kind of jazzed that somebody else actually has audio of something that I personally experienced. So here it is. I'm going to go get another soda. So just excuse watching me walk out here. Actually, I'm going to pull myself off here so you can't see me. It's not coming through? All right, hang on. Let me rewind it. Sorry, guys. I didn't think it muted me when I dropped off, but I guess it must automatically mute me. So can you guys still hear? Can you hear me now? I just want to hear somebody in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. You should be able to hear this because I'm actually playing it live in my office. So it should be the same with my voice, but just I'll wait for a confirmation before I play it again. Can anyone hear me talk right now? Please, Steph, somebody give me. All right. So here we go. I'm going to play it again. Again, this is a audio clip from Sally House, Astonishing Legends, not anything I've investigated. I'm sharing because this is kind of the same voice I got in this house when I was like refilling a script that like broke in on my phone, and it kind of has relevance to these experiments we're doing here. So that's why I wanted to do it. So here we go. I got to tell you, I knew it was coming, and I'm in the next room and I have chills. I have chills right now. I don't like this sound, but sharing it so that you guys know. It's not playing? You really can't, like, I'm having this play just like I'm talking to you guys now. You're not hearing it at all? Oh, that's weird. Can you hear me when I'm clapping? All right, we'll let it go. I'll try to like download it, but that is, I'm going to start saying that that's some kind of like spirit thing because I don't know why if I'm playing that in here. Yeah, I'm going to say did. Maybe you're not supposed to hear it. Which I gotta say, there's a theory that, and that's why I almost hesitated doing it. There's a theory that this thing wants to get it out there. Again, I don't know what's like driving that, but it's actually funny that you guys can't hear it right now. So, yes, it's the Sally House EVP on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and see if it'll let me copy paste here. Hopefully it'll let me do that. I shared it on the other show with Sarah that I do it to. Hopefully it lets you do that. Yeah, it's freaky, but I'm not gonna. If you guys aren't hearing it, I'm not playing it again because I don't like it being played in my house. But that's essentially the same voice that I heard break into my prescription refill call. All right, so we're going to go to the next set here. Again, these are experiments. I've done a whole bunch of them. So this is now on the landing. I will say that, oh, no, I had another weird thing going. What the heck's going on here? I got weird stuff going on. It's going to start freaking me out. If weird stuff starts going on, it's going to freak me out. This is on the landing. I will say that, if I remember right, there's some weird things right off the bat on this one. So we're going to go ahead and play it. Again, this isn't live. This is pre-recorded this weekend. Experiments I've done. We'll go. So I want to say ahead of time, you're going to, we're going to want to see if this is any different than the earlier one I played. Because if this is just a random device doing random things, it should be basically the same. You're going to hear me leave. I have my one dog with me that always, she was like by my side this whole time. So you're going to hear all that. I got to go down the loft and out. So there's going to be a lot of extra noise as I'm leaving. But listen, if I remember right, there's some weird stuff that comes through almost right away. And I didn't like what it was saying.
Thank you, sir.
Gonna back it up. I think I yeah, it's like a minute in. I didn't want to do that. Okay, here we go. on, Aurora.
Five.
So we're in the loft. I'm leaving now. I'll be back in half an hour. Aurora? No. I'm going to pause for a second here because I don't know if I missed it. I thought there was a, so I'm just sharing in case any of you guys hear it. I thought there was a reference to a gun. Use a gun or get a gun or something that's going to come up. So I'm just curious if we don't hear it at all here, I'm going to get more freaked out because I swore I heard it when I was just playing this in the background earlier today. Shotgun.
Natürlich. Sir, thank you, sir.
I'll also say, notice that they're different voices. And this is right after. This is, I just literally picked up the computer and moved it to a different space. Now, I got chills there. And maybe it's just because I played that video that I'm creeping myself out. I heard a breath this time, Steph. Tell me if you hear it. And again, nobody's up here now. No animals, nothing is near where this is right now. Right there. Do it one more time. I hear an exhale. Might be an. Might be a. That sounded like a hell. I'm gonna go back. Shotgun. I'm. You know, this is why it takes twice as long to review it as it is to record it. I'm gonna go ahead and play again. I'm hearing. I heard that exhale. I thought it was shotgun. People are hearing effed up. Come on, Aurora.
Five.
So we're in the loft. I'm leaving now. I'll be back in half an hour. Aurora? No. Sorry. I got to rewind again. To me, that just sounded like your mama. Aurora? No. Your mama. I don't know if that was shotgun or stop them, but then I swear I heard kill afterward. That's why I said I don't like And I really don't like if I'm getting these things in spots where like my kids frequent. So like I didn't like I didn't play this whole clip, but I don't like this.
They did it.
The tutelage.
Also an inch. I'm just so I'm gonna keep rewinding this, but yeah, it might be stop them. I swear I hear kill, then possibly a name after that. And I'm also gonna add it could just be a artifact on the recording, but it sounds like there's a tap. And again, there is nobody. This is significantly farther away from where the last recorder was set up, and where I'm at now is way far away from where this is.
They did it.
So I hear stop them, and then it sounds like kill, and then it sounds sadly like a name.
The tutelage.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Tap.
It sounded like a high and something home. There's a lot here. I mean, we rewound. I'm only in the first 2 minutes here.
Tap.
Yep, we do it one more time. Hi, something home, and then it sounds like be ready. Just interesting. Come on, there we go.
Tap.
We do it one more time. I think that says hi, happy home, be ready.
Tap. What common need?
Now that sounded like musician, and there's a. I want to hear what people think that soft whisper, a female whisper, was.
What common need? Just actually.
Hedge.
I'm gonna go back, try to see what Steph was talking about with the did actually or dead actually. I don't know how far back that was, but I'll go back a little bit here.
Carmen has moved.
Just actually.
Hedge.
That sounded like revenge to me. I might be reading in, but I get a very definite, I get a darker vibe with this recording than the previous one.
Party people. Like,
My dogs. What's that? You need help, maybe?
Was on there.
Hey guys, I hope this still plays. I'm gonna back out. I'm hearing something weird in the next room. Nothing paranormal or anything. It's I want to make sure my dog's okay.
Wow.
Right. I missed it, so I'm gonna rewind. I don't know what you guys heard.
Was on there.
Was there a soft woman voice there saying, I need help?
Was on there.
I need help. I'll have to go back, D. I'm not hearing the we're bonding, but. Oh! Listen for a. I mean, I don't know if this was the little kid thing that Steph was talking about, but listen to that little creepy voice. And again, I mean, no judgment, say it, but I just found it creepy. Right there. Let me go back a little bit so you guys can hear it. No. All right, so you've had this whole on. We know that this is programming. Again, it could just be a random thing, but that voice had never come through at all prior to that. And that is weird.
Wow.
It actually sounded like somebody in trouble. I didn't like it. That was an interesting one, too. See what you guys think that says. I don't like that. Also, notice how quiet it got. What you guys? I think I know what it says. I don't like it. Hang on. Try to just get us a little closer. Bear with me here. There we go. Should be like within 10 seconds. All right. Now I'll go back and do it one more time and tell you what I think I hear. I think I hear a deep male voice say, "We're watching," which I don't like. You hear noise in the background? That's my son. Notice how much quieter this is than the other one? Which I generally would feel better about, but the things that have come through I feel are kind of creepier.
Pretty eyes.
Sound like pretty eyes. Ooh. Listen to that one. Play it one more time. One of those weird things, like I feel like once you say it or once you plant a seed to somebody else, it's hard to hear something different. So I'm just going to kind of leave that open. What I think I'm hearing, it's not good again.
Furthermore, engaging.
I don't think it's going to bias people, but I thought it was something along the lines of they want to kill me. Dogs.
Furthermore, engaging.
really soft. There's a lot of soft whispering on this one too, compared to the last video. That could be Steph.
Thomas Catholic.
Another sounded like another "We Need Help." It's so weird. I got chills. Go back and see if.
Thomas Catholic. Reproduce.
A second. Subscribe.
Who is this?
True.
Don't share you. Around.
Eddie Brady here.
That sounded like a name. I want to say Danny Brady here. Very loud.
True.
Don't share you. Around.
Eddie Brady here.
Danny Brady here. Weird.
That's a woman.
Fairly thin. Really.
All right, I'm going to rewind again. One, I just think this is, in my opinion, very different. There's a noise just a couple seconds before this. I don't know if that's on the device or in the room. Kind of weird to me. Let me try to get closer to it. It's a little hard to dial these in, so I apologize. There we go. We'll try it.
Really.
That. Again, almost like a breath or something. I don't know what that noise is. That's weird to me. I don't know if that's on the recording or not. Or on the device. Before we get to it, because we're getting close, it almost sounds to me like a person going shh. That gives me chills. That to me doesn't sound like that was on the program. That sounded like EVP.
Recording.
By the way.
Prime Minister today.
Sound like another shh. That bugs me. Good job.
Down. Double. Go to. Tree. My spirit.
Mm. Thanks for being on, D.
Cherish your family.
Cherish your family. If that came through, that I would like.
Does.
Go back a little bit. I missed that. Where are we at here? Just so everybody knows, we're about halfway through this one. It's going a lot longer than I anticipated tonight, but
Cherish your family.
yeah, cherish your family. I like that.
Does.
I swear I hear footsteps too. Again, I'm nowhere near this place. Steph heard something. I didn't hear it.
Does.
Should be getting close to it, Steph. I think I went back to.
Almond. Projected.
I just passed. All right, I'll go back again. I'm not hearing it. She says like a Darth Vader voice.
Times. The 90.
That one, the 90.
Almond.
It sounds like Colin.
Projected.
I want to confirm that one.
Projected.
I'm not going to speculate, but I don't like that one.
Hurry the problem.
Been trying to figure out. Okay.
You know, Steph thought she may have heard whore. I'm
They come.
not making any of these out. Back a little bit again. Whore. Yeah, I did hear that.
Hurry the problem.
Been trying to figure out. Okay.
They come.
That sounded like an F bomb.
But draw.
I'm not going to repeat what I think I heard that girl say. I can play it back though.
But draw.
Poultry.
This is Rebecca. Okay.
Yep, Steph, and I think there was more than just ass.
In between.
What I heard in front of that word was in my. This is weird. It's definitely different. In my opinion, I mean, I'll let you guys all make the judge, but this clip is very different than the first one, in my opinion.
In between.
I agree, Melor, but the stuff that is coming through, I feel is creepier. Yeah, it's darker. Quieter, but darker.
Untapped.
Alden.
I keep hearing either a Colin or an Owen. Sorry. Talking over that twins.
Untapped.
Yep. Yikes. Reminds me of Scooby Doo.
Alden.
That's my Christmas clock. Top of the hour. No, I didn't hear that. Hey, wake up. I'm not hearing anything right now, really. That was a loud one.
People's habits.
Right, I'm gonna rewind again. This is gonna be subtle, but I'm hearing walking around. And again, there should be no one around here. Get a little closer. Yeah, I'm hearing like rustling and stuff.
People's had.
People had.
X-ray now.
Investigate.
Investigate. Interesting.
You got
The businesses that come along with.
Really not like it. There's a lot of rustling in the background. One thing I say, maybe you'll hear me yell. I have the door closed, so I don't think the dog opened the door, but there's a lot of rustling in the background. Sure is. Yes, thank you.
I'll put it.
I gotta at this point think one of the dogs got into the room somehow. That's way too much noise in the background there. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself.
It's sealed.
I hope.
Ooh. Oh. Now, if you go back and you know some of the story about some of the rituals and things we've done here, particularly in the Harry Potter door, I got to rehear this, but all I heard was a woman say, "It's sealed." It's open.
I'll put it.
Christy, thank you for saying that. It was raining. It's probably rain that I'm hearing.
It's sealed.
I hope.
We were stuck.
Okay, I'll help you. Ooh, I don't like hearing that either.
I can't breathe.
Listen to that one. Steph, that's exactly what I heard. I can't breathe. Breathe. You're good.
Five people were.
All right, people.
Up squares.
That horn, it just has weird noises. I don't know what, like that giggling. I get that giggling everywhere. The horn always reminds me of As Above, So Below, when they're like down in that like hell. I heard it calm down. And I feel like this is like a conversation we're listening in on. I can't breathe. Calm down.
Primarily just
Got about 5 minutes left.
as it is.
I didn't hear the 7. I'll go back, but I heard maybe you're right. I think I cut into that 7. Calm down. Don't move.
Primarily just Right, my friend.
It's weird. Multiple people saying 7.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. That sound like get out of here. Thanks for being on, Mary Beth. Yeah, there's different voices here I don't like. The ones that really bug me haven't come through on this one, so I'm kind of glad. We're almost done. And in the interest of time, I'll only rewind if something really interesting comes through at this point, because we're way over here. We're going close to 2.5 hours, which I may have to only do one video at a time. We'll have to see.
There you go.
There you have it.
I'll go archive.
I'm curious at how they react, because soon you should start hearing me coming up the steps.
Really didn't.
And I announced it as soon as I opened the door.
Thank you, Matt.
I don't need her.
I don't need her. I swear I heard a thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Knee searchable.
Surgical. Yeah, I thought that too. Needs surgical.
Anything else?
You're it?
You're it.
Update. Looking for the same thing.
I think I'm getting ready. I think I hear the steps.
decade.
Gonna kick back, see if you hear he's coming.
Looking for the same thing.
Warning.
Two decade.
I know them.
I know him. Hello. That's me coming up.
All right, all this noise is me. I'm getting ready to move you into the attic.
Which we'll have to do probably next week. So that is it. Thank you all for being on for this. What turned out to be a supersized version of this. I don't know. I might only be able to do one clip, but I did the attic, the Harry Potter door. Then when I took my son to work on Saturday, I had it set up just in our kitchen and ran it with nobody in the house but the dogs. So I'll be curious to see what comes through on that one. We have a back room that kind of connects to the attic, kind of like a game room. People have seen, it's funny, it kind of reminds me of it. I think 2 people have seen a little boy in like a yellow raincoat back in there. So I ran it back there. And then I wrapped it all up just to see if any religious items changes the behavior. I set it once again next to my bed with a cross actually on the computer to see if it changes how it goes. So awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm not, you make all your own conclusions. I do these things to try to investigate. My opinion, the two were different. And I think if this machine is just a random machine that just is spitting things out, we shouldn't see a difference no matter what. So, so far, I'd say my conclusion after playing 2 out of these, like 6 or 7, is it does seem to be different. Anyway, have a great week, everyone. See you all soon. Stay warm.